Hello friends, welcome to Unacademy, which is the largest online education platform for GATE, CS and IT. And myself Mallesham Devasane. In this session, I'll be explaining about loops as well as the storage classes that we use for the variables. And what is the specialty of this session? The concepts that we study in this session are going to help you in all C programming, where the loops is one of the important topic to handle the logic, and another one, if you want to use the variables in the program, storage classes are going to help you. Are these variables are local variables or global variables? If they are local, where do they store inside the main memory? And many concepts that we are going to study if you are very new to storage classes, and that is what we are going to learn in this session. Yeah, good morning Dheeraj, good morning Umesh, yeah, good morning Aparna, Sagar, everyone. Yeah, Sai, Sandeep, Lojit, Hussein, Akhtar, yeah, Manoj, Umesh, good morning guys, everyone. Yeah, show your presence with a one like. Just need a one like to show your presence. Come on guys. Yeah, good morning Mahindra, good morning Purnima, good morning. Yeah, give me 2 minutes and let me complete about few about Unacademy classes, as well as my free classes, where this is going to help you if anybody interested. And note down the schedule that what we are going to plan. Yesterday we have seen some statements and tokens, and today we are going to see loops and storage classes. Tomorrow is an important topic again, arrays and pointers, then function and recursion. Then we will cover up the all miscellaneous topics. Fine. Yeah, Islam, good morning. Raj, Gate, Prajapati, Dhawan, good morning. Okay, good morning. Purnima, good morning. Yeah. Saudagar, good morning. Sound is very low. Okay, let me know, because I have increased my volume today. You said last time that. Fine, let me check again. Is it fine? Sound is fine? Come on. Okay, all right. Yeah, good morning Bandana, Kashit, good morning, Lojit, good morning. All okay? Fine. Please increase your volume too. Have changed? Yes. All is well? All right. Yeah. Okay. And if you are new to this channel, and this is the class going on right now, 9 to 11 a.m. Before that, every day 6:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. After my class, you have mathematics 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. And then you will have VDSR 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. computer organization. So you can follow the schedule. Yes, great. Akila, Sandeep, good morning. And if you want to know about my background, I have worked at various institutes before joining Unacademy, and I work in the segment of GATE and ESE for computer science and IT people. I work as an educator on Unacademy, and here I have knowledge in TOC, compiler, C, discrete mathematics, also algorithm and DS. These are my favorite subjects. Among them, I'm going to deal here 4 subjects on this channel. And in case you need my referral code, you're always welcome. You can use DEVALIVE referral code, as every educator has a referral code. All codes are equal. You can use anybody referral code, but that's okay. If you are following my classes, you can use my referral code too. Yeah. So what is the advantage of using referral code? You can attend any educator free classes. That is one advantage. And second, if you are coming for plus or iconic, you will get 10% discount. So that is another advantage of using referral code. Yeah. What are the classes that I take on Unacademy? Like quizzes, all-in-one session, special topics on the subjects, and these are all free classes, right? Daily practice problems and PYQ series for many subjects, and almost more than 400 classes, nearly 500 hours. Content is freely available on Unacademy. You can visit my profile www.unacademy.com/@DevaGateCSE, or you can install Unacademy Learning app in Play Store. You can go to Play Store. You can search for Unacademy Learning app. You can install right away. You can use this Unacademy app using mobile. And in case if you don't know plus and iconic, let me help you, because you know the why we have the plus and iconic. Even though we come to YouTube and we do everything free on YouTube, and always, right, you know, there is something a difference when we pay and when we take the free classes. Even though you are enjoying a lot in free classes, but always there is a difference, no doubt about it, where you have systematic courses, and here we may run the course 7 days, 8 days, but the course there, it will be running as per the comfortability of the student, and every course will have the structured schedule, and in that you will have a doubt session and weekly test so that you can analyze your performance. Along with that, the whole course is planned to make you to understand in beautiful way. So that's a different, where there is no limitation on learning inside the plus. So that is the advantage. Live interactive classes, and you will have a weekly test, doubt solving. They are highlights of the plus course. And all educators you are going to connect with in plus as well, where you will see the courses in different way. Iconic, all benefits of plus. Additionally, will have a coach to guide you, and you will have a separate study material which is designed to learn some concepts in beautiful way again, and you will have a study plan, you will have booster sessions, you will have test analysis, and all of them to get benefited who are going to take the subscription. They will be getting benefited from these two plans. In case if you don't know the prices, like plus, you have so many plans. Among them, 1.5, 2 years are beneficiable. Like you have 1 year price 27,225 and 2 years 39,600. That is after applying referral code DEVALIVE. And similarly, iconic also, just look at 1 year, 2 year, you have 45,225 and 66,600 after applying referral code DEVALIVE. And if you forget the referral code, you can see in every slide, you can come back to this PPT, you can find out my referral code to apply before taking the subscription. Yeah. All right. Come on, guys. Come on. All right. So what we have seen in the previous session. चलो come to the connection. चार से बाहर आ जाओ. Fine. We have seen the tokens. What are the tokens we have seen in the previous session? Kisko. K means keywords, I means identifier, S means special symbols like punctuations where semicolon, maybe comma works sometimes special, and C is a constants like literals, and O is for operators. Yes. Statements. We have seen so many statements yesterday, like declaration statements, expressions, if else, switch, and even conditional statement. And now we are going to see, today's session, we are going to see loops, which are also special statements. Yeah. In loops, you know that today's session we are going to plan loops and storage classes. In loops, can you help me, guys? In loops, what we have? We'll focus on while, then do while, 3 for loop, and apart from that we are going to use some loop control statements like break that we have used in switch, and continue. These two statements additionally we use to control the loops, break and continue. So we are focusing on these 5 statements inside the loop. Yeah. So let's move on one by one. What is while? What is while? What is the purpose of loop? What is the purpose of loop? If you are doing some task repeatedly or you wanted to update in consecutive manner, and this loop is going to help you to update certain things again and again, right? Yeah, good morning, Swagato. And look at the syntax. While is a keyword, and inside this most of the people they say condition. Yes, condition, but condition can be any expression in the world, in the C programming world. Like it can be even printf. You don't know that, but people used to write x greater than 0, x less than 0, but even printf is also an expression and a statement if you want to treat as, because printf returns a value, right? And inside you will have a statements to control this loop or to execute some statements repeatedly. An expression basically the controls the loop, but that can be updated inside the statements. And if you have a true, it enters inside the loop. If it is false, it goes outside the loop. False means 0. Yes. Entry control, exactly. So before entering the statements of the loop, it is going to be controlled by that expression. Everybody, example if you want to see, we have lot, but before that let's understand the control, guys. Most of the people they lack because of they don't know how to execute. Suppose you have some statement and inside the while you have, let's say, expression and some other statements you have here, and after that there are some other statements. Then how the control is going to transfer from one to other? First S1 will be executed and then expression will decide where the control transfers. Is it inside the loop or outside the loop? If it is outside the loop, it is S3. If it is inside the loop, it is S2. And after executing S2, the control again enters to the condition part of the loop. That is expression part. Yes. Everybody? Yeah, condition, expression, statement, anything you can write there. It is all same. That should return some value. That should return some value. Most of the people do not know there are certain things you might, even you can write, the condition, right? Printf. If you write a gate, do you know that? Do you know that this is also right way to write? How many of you know that? You might be studying basically this is a condition, but this could be any statement that can return some value, which is equal to, anybody? If the gate returns 4, first it prints gate and then returns 4. 4 means true, guys. Everybody understand, when you study as a condition, so please don't assume that is x greater than 0, x less than 0, x greater than 10. They are not only conditions. Even printf gate also can treat it as a condition if you want to depend. Everybody? Yes. Any expression you can write that returns some value. Exactly. That should return either 0 or not 0. Gate exam will be printed. What is the output of this if condition? What is the output? Gate first printed, but gate returns 4, and if R4 is a true, now without any space exam prints, because I have not taken any new line there. Clear? Yes. Those people who are not aware of the condition, you study in basic books, condition, expression, but expression can be even printf, expression can be anything that returns, even including assignment. Okay, yesterday somebody having assignment, even assignment also you can write there. Okay. Now, look at an example. It will execute Purnima, but it will return 0. It will give the false. Fine. Not execute is different from execute. Okay, let's move on. Quick. Please like the session if you are joined late. And how do we understand this while loop? Let's begin one by one. First understand the environment. Understand the environment. There is a variable I which begins from 1. That means we need to take care of that I always. That means I starts from 1. We are having iterations, and look at this while loop. While loop terminated. Here printf is not belongs to while. Remember, printf is a different statement. And if you write while and something, if you write the block and if you write a printf here, and that can be belongs to while, but we didn't do that. This I is equal to I star to only belongs to loop. Everybody? Yeah. So now what happens? I is equal to 1. When I is 1, let me speak in English rather than writing assignment. I is 1. What happens? 1 less than or equal 5 is a true. True. So it is going to do I is equal to I into 2. That means 1 into 2 is going to update in I itself. Right? And anybody do not aware of this assignment statement? It means I into 2 is stored in I. Right? Then again iterates when I is 2. Then 2 less than or equal 5 is a true. Then I is equal to I into 2. Now 2 into 2 is a 4. And now this time I is 4. Then 4 less than or equal 5. 4 that means it repeating that loop again and again. And I is equal to I into 2. 4 into 2 is 8. This time I is 8. When you enter the loop again, then 8 less than or equal 5 fails. That time it comes out, it prints I value, that is 8. Exactly. Not 10, Gunjan. When the condition fails, I is equal to I into 2. Where is the 10? What are you doing? Yes, those people who are not good at the loops, and you need to execute statement by statement. Don't assume, don't imagine. Both are very dangerous, guys. Don't assume, don't imagine. Start executing one by one, because you don't have a computer, you don't have a compiler in front of you to understand what it does. You should be compiler and computer to understand this program. Yes, 8 is the right answer. Good. Everybody, now we have some things like, first one, suppose we write while. Will compiler understands? No. You will get an error. Why error, guys? Semicolon is fine, but here expression is missing. Statement is missing. Second point, quickly second point. Suppose you write while of 0. Absolutely alright. This works fine, no error. Works fine, no error at compile time or run time. Yes. Everybody? And what is the 0 means false. Everybody knows that. 0 means false. It works. But it has no statement to execute. It will terminate immediately. While 1. Even though there is no statement, but it is called as infinite loop, because that 1 never be 0. It is always true. But when somebody writing something like printf gate, then what happens this time? This is going to return gate prints, output is like that. Gate prints and returns 4. And while of 4 is true again gate prints. It's keep on printing gate infinitely. Infinite times it's going to print. Yes. Everyone? The fifth one, while of, if you say 1, even you write here printf gate, then this is also doing the same job like the previous one, but this 1 is not a 4 now, but still it is same true. And it is also going to do the same job like gate prints infinitely. Gate prints infinitely. Everybody guys, these are the special things. But you might ask me, yes, 4 and 5 are same. Only the code is different. The execution behavior is different, but execution output is same. Outcome is same. Outcome is same. Yeah. Now you might ask me, sir, what is this? While you have written something condition here and you have a block, but block, is it necessary? This block is compulsory when you have more than one statement. When you have more than one statement, it is compulsory. It's called as compound. It's a block. More than one statement, then this is compulsory. But when you have only one statement, you can avoid this block, because by default, if you have a single statement, suppose somebody writing while let's say 1, you are writing two things, x is equal to y is equal 3. Then what is the meaning of this? It means while of 1, only x is equal to belongs to this statement, this while loop, and y is equal 3 outside. Everybody? Yes, when you have more than one statement, block is compulsory. Yes, exactly. Look at that, how it works. You should be very careful, and and some people, they don't understand semicolon. What is the meaning of semicolon? Because when you don't have the block, or when you don't have any statement, you can just end up with the semicolon. Any statement in block, you can do that. And this is exactly same as while keep some condition as per your choice, but you have no statement inside. Do you see that difference? Yes. 0 is the false. Yes, other than 0, everything is a true. Great. Keep going. Everyone? How it returns 4? Who is that? Can't you understand the printf? Yesterday गायब है क्या कल क्लास में? कल गायब है, आज डाउट्स आ रहा है क्या? printf, what do you want? Gate, exam. ये पढ़ना पड़ेगा printf क्या होता पहले. printf ही नहीं आता, क्या आएगा? गेट while loop नहीं आता ना. ठीक है. This is exactly what happens here. This is going to print. It prints, no doubt, gate exam, because it's a printf. But you know that it returns how many characters printed. It returns number of characters printed on the screen. If it prints space, even that is also character printed on screen. How many characters printed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going to just looks like while of 8. But before that, every time it prints gate exam. Guys. Yes, gate exam printed infinitely, because of while of 8 is the true Amesha. Exactly. So understand, some statements you might be not written, but at this time you should ask the doubts, you should learn. Ask the doubt and learn. This is continuous process in any subject. You keep on asking the doubts. When you don't understand, it is my responsibility whether should I take or not now. Yes. Yeah. So I hope you understood a little bit about while. Now let's move on to do while. And this is called as not entry control. Don't say exit control also, but it's not entry controlled. 2 is a keyword, and you are going to have certain statements here, some statements here, and then you will have while keyword, and you write expression here, and after parenthesis put a semicolon. So here, how the control transfers from one to other? First, it executes statements, but it will not check the expression first. It will execute statement at least one time. Statements of do while at least one time, at least one time. But in while, sometimes may not execute. If this is a false, if you look at the previous one, the condition, if you look at this, this is 0 times also might execute, because if the expression is a false, directly goes outside the while statement. Come on, everybody understood? Yes. Now after statements, it's going to check the expression, then decides, should I enter again? If it is true, if not true, it will go out. Yes, statements will be executed at least one time. The do while will execute statements at least one time. Everybody? Now this control we will understand with some diagram, to have the picture in mind. Some statements are there, and you have a do keyword, and you have some statements like many statements. S2 is any number of statements, and you have while and some expression you have that should return some value. And how this is going to happen? First S1 executes any number of statements, then definitely all the statements in S2 will execute. Then the expression is going to decide, will I execute S2 again or not? If it is true, it's going to execute like that. If it is true, if false, it directly terminates that loop. Yes, good. Great guys. And please like the session. As you know, only the serious students can come in the morning and can come in the every class, and they keep asking the doubts, and they entertain other students too, and to to have a good participation, guys. We are well educated, we are engineering students, and 1 out of 100 students, obviously somebody comes for disturbance, but you always focus on what I teach, what you need, because we wanted to gain knowledge and we wanted to crack our exams. We don't worry about other people who disturb us in our chart, because we are on live. So you must focus on what I am teaching and what you have doubts in your mind, everybody. So don't waste your time unnecessarily to discuss other than the concepts. Yes. And this C programming, guys, as a computer science students, you know that you need to learn so many programming languages in your life, right? If you change your company from one to other, you may require to learn a different programming language. For all of them, one common fonda is the control. You should know the keywords of that programming language, syntax of the programming language, and the semantic. But semantic you will understand when you know the control. Everybody? Yes. And that semantic we need from any programming language. But for that, you should remember keywords and operators, all of them, before remembering the syntax. Then remember the syntax, then start following what I am explaining. Yes. Yes. Come on. Practical scenarios later. Come on, Sai Santosh. Pura dunya loopy looking है. Every problem requires a loop. Every problem in the world. Fine. Now let's look at an example and start understanding one by one, guys. Sometimes inside the loop you might have a difficult statement. So before focusing on loop, understand the statements. How many of you understood this statement first? Because if you want to run the loop, you must understand this statement first. And how many of you understood this statement? Then we can run our loop. लूप बाद में पहले समझना जरूरत है. You have to understand what is this count plus is equal to n and bitwise and, not a logical and. Remember that. It means count is equal to count plus n and 1. What it does? How many of you know what is the meaning of n and 1? How many of you know that? What it does? Yeah, what it does. You know, this, when you convert into binary, and definitely you will have zeros and ones, right? And the last bit, if it is 0, then what happens? What happens? Because this is the 1, and when you convert this into 1, 0, 0, 0, everything is 0, guys. And this is 1. When you do the bitwise AND, it's going to make zeros. When you get back the result, it is 0. That means it is going to look at the last bit. If last bit of n is 0, then n and 1 results 0. In case if last bit of n is 1, then n and 1 returns. The last combination become 1 and 1. That will become 1. Everybody? So what is that means? Everybody? What is that means? It is for to check if n is even. If n is even, then only the last bit of binary is 0. If n is odd, everybody, then the last bit of n is 1. Is that clear? Everybody? Assume I'm talking about the positive numbers, obviously. Yeah. Odd number or even number. So this is the most important point before analyzing our code. Now you can start focusing. There is one more problem, guys. Oh my God. What is this problem? Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Oh, दिख रहा है, guys? Who is this guy? If you did not write so far, ये कुछ अलग से दिखेगा, कुछ अलग से दिखेगा. This is one operator, but it has much meaning inside. It has 3 characters in a single operator, and that is binary operator, no doubt, because 2 operands required, n and 1. The meaning is n is equal to n right shift by 1. This is a different statement, but the same meaning. This is same meaning. What is that? What is that means? कोई बाइनरी नंबर है, उसको राइट शिफ्ट किया, क्या होगा guys? Suppose I have something like this. If I do right shift by 1 bit, what happens? This will become 0, 1, 0, 1 and 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. And this 0 comes here. But the last we introduce a new 0 here. This is called as right shift. It's basically if you have this one, what is the equivalent number this one in decimal? In decimal, this is the 4 represent, this is a 16. It's a 20. 16 plus 4, 20. And what is a 20 by 10? 20 by 2, which is 10. And actually when you do the right shift by 1 bit, right, somebody writing x is equal to y right shift by z. What is the meaning of that? It is equal to y multiply with 2 power minus z. It means x is equal to y by 2 power z. Everybody? So this is the very important syntax for you. The meaning I am writing below. What we have written and what we are doing is the meaning. We are writing something, we are doing the meaning of the statement. Yes, everybody? So understand how that works. Right shift. Left shift is multiplied by 2 powers. Exactly. Everybody? And in case somebody doing A is equal to B left shift by C. What is the meaning of this? If anybody doing the left shift, then this is same as A is equal to B multiply with 2 power C. 2 power C. Multiply by 2 power C in binary concept. Yes. So remember these 2 concepts. They are interview questions. They are very important for GATE exam also. Fine. Let's come to this question. Now look at, before understanding the program, first you should know about the statements. Yeah. Now let's move on to the point. Now start executing. N के अंदर n has a 5 and count initially has a 0. Now you have to execute the loop, right? Loop means you need to repeat again and again, right? Now do the first, you are going to execute count is equal count plus n and 1. So I'm going to do the first time. When, right? First entry. So what is the count become? Count plus that 0 plus n and 1. N means 5. 5 means, last few bits, just take care of them. 1, 0, 1. Remaining are zeros. Don't worry about it. If you are doing with 1, it's a 1 only, right? So 0 plus 1. Because n is odd. You can say that n is odd. So 1 will come out. Then count will become 1. Everybody? Now n is equal to n right shift by 1 bit. What is n? 5. 5 right shift by 1. 5 right shift by 1. 5 by 2. 5 by 2 power 1. 5 by 2. What is the 5 by 2? Come on. 5 by 2. What is the answer? What is 5 by 2? It is a 2 point something, but integer by integer will result int. So it will become 2. It will become 2. That is after first iteration. Now while first time we are checking n, while of 2. 2 is the true. Yes or no? 2 is the true. So we will enter second do while statement. Second. Then count 2 is even. 2 is even, guys. Now count equal to count plus 1 plus and 2 and 1. You know that 2 and 1? 2 and 1 is 0. 2 and 1 is 0 because of 2 has a 0 in the last. And 1 plus 0. And count is same. No change in that. And n is equal to 2 right shift by 1. What is 2 by 1? 2 by 2. 2 by 2 is a 1. Then this n become 1. Now while of 1, we are checking 1 now. 1 is again true. The third iteration, then count equal 1 is the odd number. So previously 1 value plus that 1, n and 1 is 1, 1 and 1 is 1 now. 1 and 1 is 1 now. And that is count become 2. And n is equal to 1 right shift by 1. 1 by 2. That is a 1 by 2. What is the result? 0 point something is 0. So n will become 0. Now while is going to fail. Now terminates will come out the loop. And this time after this the count value, you look at that, count value is 2. And what is the n value, guys? 0. So 2 comma 0 is output. Everybody? Yeah, it's very easy if you track one by one. Exactly. Right? चलो चलो समझ लो. हिंदी तो चाहिए बट डिसलाइक तो मत करो यार. है ना? यस. सबको चाहिए ना लैंग्वेज. सी लैंग्वेज यार, पूरा इंग्लिश तो लिख रहा है, इंग्लिश ही चाहिए ना. ठीक है, दोनों में पढ़ा लेते यार. जब डाउट है पूछ लेना, हिंदी चाहिए इंग्लिश चाहिए. ऑलराइट, हिंदी ओनली तो इंग्लिश वाला कहाँ जाना है. चलो क्लियर. स्टेटमेंट बाय स्टेटमेंट लिख रहा हूं ना, समझने के लिए इतना मुश्किल है क्या? बात को फॉलो कर दो बस. नाउ लेट्स मूव ऑन. For loop, which is a very famous loop, and all the three are equivalent. Remember that. You can convert one to other. Do not assume all the three are different. They looks different, but you can implement any of these three because all the three are equivalent. Yes. चलो अब चलते loop का syntax क्या. कोडर, ये शॉर्टकट वाला नहीं होता प्रोग्रामिंग में. ये होता पूरा दुनिया में. ये सी प्रोग्रामिंग के लिए शॉर्टकट है तो एक दिन में खत्म हो जाएगा ना. अगर शॉर्टकट ही होगा दुनिया में तो आप एक दिन में 1 घंटा में पूरा सी को सीख सकते हैं, है ना. शॉर्टकट्स फॉर दोज पीपल हु हैव एन एक्सपीरियंस. आप तो पढ़ रहा है ना, पढ़ने के टाइम में शॉर्टकट नहीं आएगा. एवरीबॉडी समझ रहा है? जिसको शॉर्टकट चाहिए बेस्ट टेक्निक पहले समझ लो पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट्स को. Right? Without wasting your time, you can't save the time. Remember my mark. Without wasting your time. अगर टाइम को बकवास नहीं किया तो टाइम का वैल्यू समझ ही नहीं आता, है ना. एवरीबॉडी जिस लोग
जो लोग प्रैक्टिस करता है ना उसको पता है इसका शॉर्टकट क्या है। बिना प्रैक्टिस से शॉर्टकट किसी से समझ ही नहीं आएगा दुनिया में। सम पीपल पूरा दुनिया में मतलब पूरा लाइफ में समझ नहीं आएगा क्या है लूप। आपको तो इतना तो समझ में आ रहा है ना। चलो फॉर लूप सिंटैक्स, व्हाट इज अ सिंटैक्स? फॉर यू हैव अ सम एक्सप्रेशन, लोग को पता नहीं क्या है। इनिशियलाइजेशन, कंडीशन, अपडेशन, ये लिखता कुछ भी यार, एक्सप्रेशन कोई भी डाल सकते हैं। स्टेटमेंट्स, ये फॉर गुड अंडरस्टैंडिंग जो होता है ना, पढ़ लेते हैं ना कुछ लोग ऐसे, फॉर इनिशियलाइजेशन, ये मीनिंग सही आता पर लेकिन लिखना जरूरत नहीं। कंडीशन, अपडेशन, ये जरूरत ही नहीं है आपको। रिमेंबर दैट दिस इज यस कोडर, यू कैन ऑब्जर्व बाय अंडरस्टैंडिंग, है ना। हमको सिलेबस कवर करना है ना, ये एक लूप में अगर एक दिन स्पेंड किया शॉर्टकट तो मिल जाएगा, 1 सेकंड में भी कर सकते होगा। चलो हाउ टू अंडरस्टैंड गाइस? फर्स्ट E1 executes guys, like E1, then E2, that means E2 going to decide. It looks like if E2 guys, if E2 is a true, then it will enter statements. Once the statements are over, once if it is true only, I am talking about if it is true, it enters the statements, then it comes out to the E3. That means here it will happen like go to. Before go to, let me write other statement that is definitely E3 executes. Then you just say like go to something like XYZ. Then XYZ you just write here. Then look at the code of which is equivalent to loop guys. You can write a loop, you can write even if statement, both work same exactly. But you have to use the go to. Everybody, if and go to combinedly can do the job of for loop guys. Everybody, so here also same. It executes E1 first, then E2. If it is true, statements. If it is false, it goes out. Exactly loop only. If it is false, it comes out. And statements E3, then after E3 go to XYZ, it's going to execute from here. Yes, everybody. And even you might be asked, can you implement for loop using if statement? Yes, but along with if you need a go to support, because go to is unconditional, it will tell you where to jump, that's all. Everybody, yes, are you clear how to write a for loop as if statement? But if को repeat करना था बार बार तो go to को यूज किया। go to is called as unconditional jump. Clear? Theoretically कैसे समझना? Yes, semicolon is mandatory. It is a syntax, no doubt. Look at once the control. You have statement 1 and for loop के अंदर statement 2 है। मैं statement लिख रहा हूँ, expression को छोड़ दो, चाहे तो expression भी लिखो चलेगा। मैं स्टेटमेंट भी लिख रहा हूँ, छोड़ो स्टेटमेंट ही लिख रहा हूँ। S2, S3, S4 एंड S5 एंड S6, बहुत सारे स्टेटमेंट्स हैं। राइट नाउ फर्स्ट S1 executes, then S2 only, but S2 executed only once. Remember that this is executed only once, that is before entry. Yes, and then you go to S3 next. Don't go anywhere. S3 is going to decide whether I should enter or exit. After this one, everybody, after S2 you should go to S3. S3 will decide, oh, should I enter or should I exit? Right, if it is enter, that means it is a true. If it is a true, then it will execute all S5 statements, all S5, then it comes to all S4, and then it blindly repeats. This is called as a loop. And in case S3 is a false, that is expression is a false, it is going to execute directly S6. Everybody? Yeah. Yes. The S1, S2, you can use for initialization, you can use for anything that you like. I am going to help you. Before that, let's start one example. Look at that example. एंड ये नहीं बोलना सर ये गलत है, आपको पता नहीं होगा तो सीखना पड़ेगा. एंड ये तो सबको पता होगा, ये i इज इक्वल 0 है, मतलब i के अंदर पहले वैल्यू नहीं था, अभी 0 आएगा. एंड आफ्टर दैट 1 मीन्स व्हाट, हमेशा ट्रू है, मतलब इट विल एंटर. i का वैल्यू क्या है 0. एंड देन आफ्टर दैट इट विल गो टू i++. i++ मतलब 0 को 1 कर देगा. उसके बाद फिर अगेन ट्रू है. एंड नाउ 1 प्रिंट्स, देन 2 प्रिंट्स, देन 3 प्रिंट्स, 4 प्रिंट्स, है ना. ये इंक्रीमेंट होता रहेगा और ये भी प्रिंट करता रहेगा, बिकॉज दिस इज द इन्फिनाइट लूप. दिस इज द इन्फिनाइट लूप गाइस. जो 1 है ना कभी 0 नहीं होगा. दिस इज ऑलवेज ट्रू, ऑलवेज ट्रू. ये इन्फिनाइट लूप है. दैट मीन्स द होल फॉर लूप डिसाइडेड बाय दैट पोजिशन ऑफ द 1. Yes, and depends on the i, the values are going to keep on printing based on the range of values. Everybody, yes, keep on printing, but आपको ranges है guys, इसका range है i का, 0 से infinite तक नहीं जाएगा, एक range है. If it is i is suppose, int is suppose, how many bits you assume, let's say 2 bytes. If it is 2 bytes, if it is a signed int, right, it is a signed int by default. What is the range of the signed int? What is the range of signed int? Anybody guys? What is the range of signed int? 2's complement. What is the range? 2 power. एक bit sign के लिए छोड़ दो. And 2 power, the minus 2 power 15 and plus 2 power 15 minus 1. वो रेंज क्या है? What is minus 2 power 15 guys? Minus, yes, 0 2 minus 32767. yes, याद रखना भी important है. 32768, इसका मतलब इस 0 से 32768 तक जाएगा. The next value is minus 32767 एंड ये कम होता रहेगा, वो इंक्रीमेंट होता रहेगा. 6 एंड ऐसे 0 तक आएगा. 0 से पहले -1 है और 0, ये वैल्यूज रिपीट होता रहेगा. एवरीबडी, ओ 2's कॉम्प्लीमेंट में नेगेटिव वैल्यू ज़्यादा रेंज होता बराबर. 7682 767, यस, एक एक्स्ट्रा रहेगा नेगेटिव में. यस, minus 327682 plus 32767. All right, everybody, yeah. Even in interviews they might ask what values are printing infinitely. आप ये बोलना पड़ेगा 0 to 0 infinitely printing, but 0 1 2 after 3 2, this is called as cyclic property. Everybody, it's going to, after 32767 it's going to make a cycle to minus 32768. ये लूप होता गाइस, ये लूप होता रहता है ऐसे. एवरीबडी, बहुत कम लोग को पता है, कुछ डाउट्स आ रहा है. कल की डाउट था वो, इफ अगर a इज इक्वल 4 क्या होता गाइस? इट मीन्स a इज इक्वल 4 आसान होता इफ के अंदर a होता. एवरीबडी, कम ऑन, इसको ट्रीट ऐसे कर लो. 4 a में जाएगा, a is the condition now. How many of you understood that? Yes, Nishit, is that clear? Come on, जल्दी बोलो. Is that clear? कैसे ट्रीट करना असाइनमेंट स्टेटमेंट को? 4 will go to a and a is the condition. Whatever a says, that is exactly 4. Yes, ट्रू होगा हमेशा, ट्रू होगा. Okay, all right. Let's move on. Is that clear, everybody? Let's move on some interesting points in loop. First loop. Can I write a loop like this? Can I write a loop like this? Yes, Pratik. Thank you so much. I just need likes. Come on, 100 को पहुंचना है likes को. ऐसे नहीं है. हम अच्छा पढ़ा रहे तो आप अच्छा भी response देना चाहिए ना. चलो चलो likes चाहिए, doubts भी चाहिए और इंटरेक्शन भी चाहिए, सब साथ में चाहिए. चलो चलो जल्दी स्टोरेज क्लास में पहुंचना है हमको. इसको खत्म करके छोड़ना नहीं किसी कॉन्सेप्ट को. याद रखना, इवन दो इट इज शॉर्ट वी कवर लॉट. जिसको बोलते इनफाइनाइट लूप. व्हाट हैपेंड दिस इज बाय डिफॉल्ट. वाइल में ये नहीं होता था. इन वाइल वी डोंट अज्यूम दैट. दिस इज बाय डिफॉल्ट true if you don't give anything, है ना. चलो चलो ग्रेट. जो लाइक किया अच्छा है, जो लाइक नहीं किया प्लीज डू दैट. एज यू नो दैट व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, व्हाट वी आर कवरिंग. या एंड दिस इज कैन बी treated as even -2. Same, it is also infinite loop. This is called as a true, non-zero is a true. This is also infinite loop, right? There is no book in the world, Sumit. One book is not there for GATE 2022. You have to study at least 13 textbooks if you are looking for. No होता ऋषभ, नहीं होता ऐसे. The GATE questions never depend on the particular compiler. Remember that. The output which comes for all of them same, that will be asked. The turbo C क्या करता, GCC क्या करता, मुझे क्या पता. You might be studying GCC. How do you know about turbo C? Yes or no? So you should have general awareness which outputs are compiler dependent, which outputs are common to everyone. So in the GATE, the only outputs which are common to all will be asked. If not common, there will be option compiler dependent. Everybody, so ये याद रख लेना. टर्बो सी में जाके जितने भी प्रैक्टिस करो, गेट के लिए फायदा नहीं होता. चलो आगे चलते. नाउ डोंट सरप्राइज. I is equal 0. You might be surprising, but do not. This is also correct statement. Those people who are studying first time, what happens? Assume integer variable int I. I के अंदर inside I goes 0 assigned. Then what is the meaning of that? 0 again assigned, and this will be taken I means 0. This is nothing but just I, guys. But before taking I, the 0 assigned to I, then that is considered I. I is 0. Now 0 is a false. False means it directly terminates. Statement executed. This is proper statement, correct one. No error at all. Don't say statement never executed. Statements are executed, but statement not there na. For का statements नहीं है. Remember that. है ना? It will execute complete loop, and there is no statement, so statement never executed. That is when you have the statements. Yes. Condition will become false. So inside the loop there is no statement, null statement you have. Yes. चल आगे चलते. Third one is clear. अब चलते. For इसको कुछ कर लेते guys. Int I is equal 0. I greater than 0. अब लिख लेते. आपके लिए ये काम है. printf gate. जल्दी करो फटाफट. बंदा नहीं, हाँ रिपीट हो जाएगा. देखो यार असाइनमेंट ही समझ नहीं आ रहा, प्रोग्राम कब लिखोगे. दिस इज कंसिडर्ड एज आई, बट बिफोर कंसिडरिंग आई, फर्स्ट 0 असाइन टू आई, देन आई कंसिडर्ड एज ए कंडीशन. जिसको समझ नहीं आ रहा है वीडियो को रिपीट कर लो, काम खत्म. आई के अंदर 0 है तो 0 फॉल्स है तो बाहर आओगे, राइट। तो मतलब सक्सेसफुली लूप टर्मिनेट होगा, इन्फिनिट लूप नहीं बनेगा। क्लियर? गेट इट 100 अचीवमेंट, नाउ टारगेट इज फॉर 200। चलो अब चलते हैं। आई के अंदर 0 है, वी हैव 0 इनसाइड आई, सो वी एग्जीक्यूट दिस। आई ग्रेटर देन 0, कुछ नहीं होता, फॉल्स ट्रू, कुछ नहीं होता उससे, ये डमी स्टेटमेंट है, इससे कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता। लूप एंट्री होगा एग्जिट होगा, सिर्फ एंट्री विल बी डिसाइडेड बाय दिस वन। एवरीबॉडी, लूप एंट्री डिसाइडेड बाय दिस वन। एवरीबॉडी, यस। नाउ इसके बाद ट्रू फॉल्स डजंट मैटर एट ऑल। यहां पे ट्रू फॉल्स डजंट मैटर, यहां पर ये फॉल्स है, 0 ग्रेटर देन 0 फॉल्स है तो डायरेक्टली आउट, दैट मीन्स नो आउटपुट। एग्जीक्यूट तो होगा बट नो आउटपुट, देयर इज नो एरर। एवरीबॉडी क्लियर? चलो कैसे समझना, याद आया? सेम प्रीवियस वन, दिस वन इज सेम एग्जैक्टली। नो आउटपुट, नो आउटपुट, यस, नो आउटपुट। क्लियर? अब आगे चलते हैं। यस, फॉल्स फॉल्स। एंड अब आगे चलते हैं। नाउ सॉरी, 5th वन, फटाफट। assume int I is there, no doubt, I is equal 0 and I is equal to 1, I less than 0, I greater than 0, semicolon देख लेना, I increment, I minus minus। मजा आने वाला है प्रोग्राम में, मजा आने वाला है, मैं बता रहा हूं। ओनली व्हेन यू फोकस, व्हेन यू इंटरप्रेट प्रॉपरली। चलो अब देखते हैं ये क्या प्रोग्राम है, ऐसे क्यों हो रहा है, ऐसे क्यों लिखा सर, मैं तो ऐसे लिखता हूं। अब चलते हैं, इससे क्या होता आपको समझ में आएगा क्या हो रहा है। एवरीबॉडी, फर्स्ट आई के वैल्यू कुछ नहीं है, ऐसा नो, यू डोंट हैव एनी वैल्यू, तो एंट्री आई इज इक्वल 0, पहले 0 असाइन होगा। एवरीबॉडी, then this statement, now comma का स्टेटमेंट पता है ना, कितने लोग को पता comma बारे में? when somebody writing I is equal 0, I is equal 1, क्या होता? this is equal to first I is equal 0, then I is equal 1, because comma equal is highest precedence, equal is highest precedence than comma, so I is equal 0 comma I is equal 1, ये होता। and comma, everybody, everyone clear? now I is equal 1, 0 को 1 करता, और then this one guys, I less than 0, ये true false, useless now only useless, not always। क्यों? इससे कंडीशन डिसाइड नहीं करेंगे, this will decide your loop। एंड इसके बाद यहां जाएंगे, I greater than 0 will decide your loop, not I less than 0। एवरीबॉडी, कुछ लोग ऐसे लिखते हैं सर I less than 0 comma I greater than 0 and लिखना है ना, ये and नहीं है, ये अलग अलग है गाइस। एवरीबॉडी, I less than 0 is a dummy statement। now I greater than 0 will decide, I के अंदर 1 था, 1 greater than 0, 1 greater than 0 क्या है, 1 greater than 0 क्या है, ट्रू है, so it will enter। एक बार आउटपुट आया, फर्स्ट टाइम द आउटपुट केम एंड देन ये यहां जाएगा I प्लस प्लस। समझ लेना एक के बाद एक। यूजलेस वाली समझने आया, मैं क्या बोलूं, इनको दिमाग खराब है क्या? I कामा J, इसको समझ लो, इतना अच्छे से बता रहा हूं। इसका मीनिंग है I है एंड X इज इक्वल J है, तो इसको देखो, किसको कंडीशन मानना है, मुझे कंडीशन चाहिए, इससे जे ही कंडीशन बनता। एवरीबॉडी कम ऑन दिमाग चला लो यार। क्या एक स्टेटमेंट के बाद एक स्टेटमेंट बात कर रहा हूं, आपको फॉलो करना है बस। एवरीबॉडी, फर्स्ट आई स्टेटमेंट यूजलेस, एग्जीक्यूट तो होगा बट डिसाइड नहीं करेगा, जे ओनली असाइन टू एक्स। ऐसे है जो कंडीशन लिख रहा है आई ग्रेटर देन 0 जो भी है, I less than 0, if this is you want as a condition, then सिर्फ this only treated as a condition, this is a dummy। It will be executed but dummy. Clear everybody? वो useful है, but that will not decide the true or false. This will decide entry or exit, because that is individual statement. Yes, won't be treated. अगर मुझे इजी पढ़ाना है तो इजी पढ़ा दूंगा ना, इतना डिफिकल्ट स्टेटमेंट क्यों लिखता हूं? आपको समझ में आना चाहिए फ्लो क्या होता सी लैंग्वेज के अंदर. अब थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है तो अभी डिसाइड करोगे यार इसको कैसे समझना. प्रोग्राम, एक छोटा प्रोग्राम लिख के समझ लो, समझ में आता. कंडीशन किसके ऊपर डिपेंड होता? एवरीबॉडी. चलो ट्रू हो गए ना. आई प्लस प्लस इंक्रीमेंट करेंगे ना. व्हेन यू गो हियर आई वैल्यू इंक्रीमेंट टू 2 एंड आई माइनस माइनस 2 को 1 बनाएगा, 2 को 1 बनाएगा. इसके बाद यहां जाएंगे 1 लेस देन 0, कुछ नहीं होता. ट्रू और फॉल्स डजंट मैटर, डजंट मैटर. इसको डिलीट भी कर सकते, सीधा सीधा डिलीट कर दो. अगेन 1 ग्रेटर देन 0, ये होता रहेगा गाइस. ये इन्फिनिट लूप में चला गया. गेट इज गोइंग टू प्रिंट इन्फिनिटली, बिकॉज आपको समझ में आया. दोबारा भी 1 ही आया. यस एवरीबॉडी. यस, इसको समझने के लिए एक बार एक छोटी प्रोग्राम लिखता हूं, फटाफट लिख समझ लेना. इंट i is equal 10, j is equal 20. but look at for आपको इतना लिखना. i मैं फेल कर रहा हूं, अभी फेल कर रहा हूं. दैट इज i लेस देन 10 कामा j ग्रेटर देन 10. अब ये जाके देखो what will happen, then you will understand how the for loop executes now. If you write this code, who will decide the loop? Is it I less than 10 or j greater than 10? You will understand. This I less than 10 doesn't matter, does not matter whether true or false. And this decides the loop entry. Come on, j greater than 10, is it true? 20 greater than 10 is true, so it will enter gate. यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं है तो फिर वापस तो इनफाइनाइट लूप ओवर. एक छोटी प्रोग्राम वेर यू हैव ए क्लैरिटी, यू कैन राइट एंड यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड. किसी को डाउट पूछना ही जरूरत नहीं है. गो टू द कंपाइलर एंड कंपाइल इट एंड एग्जीक्यूट ऑन ए सिस्टम. यू विल डेफिनेटली अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज योर डाउट. एंड व्हाट इज द बेस्ट मेथड? You write a small program and ask the system what is the output, then track it. Clear? इसको एक बार चेंज करके देखो. पहले j greater than 10 लिखो. Guys, 7th program. Just change it. Same program, write it. Same program you write it. But this time you just change it. Now you will understand what's gonna be happening. All the answers are in your hand. Only you should ask the compiler and system, how do you execute? Now what is the output? J doesn't matter. Now this one is the matter. Is it true? 10 less than 10? False. So directly out. So this program will give you no output. जब भी कुछ डाउट आता प्रोग्रामिंग में, बेस्ट सॉल्यूशन इज गो एंड राइट ए स्मॉल प्रोग्राम एंड आस्क इट. Executed, but that's printf gate never executed. Program executed, but printf not executed. बोलो सही तो क्या not executed? Everybody? Yes. ये false हो जाएगा. Clear? चलो चलते फटाफट, आगे जाना है हमको. Now एक दूसरा प्रोग्राम guys, देखता हूँ ये क्या है. नेक्स्ट नेस्टेड लूप्स. ओके चलो फटाफट कर लेते हैं. Now, understood the concepts? Let's start. X has a 10. पहले इस स्टेटमेंट को एग्जीक्यूट कर लो. Y has 3 and Z has nothing. And first time when you assign, everybody, Z is equal 0 and 0 first time 0 less than X 10. This is the first iteration guys. And this is only for loop. Remember, this is only the for statement. Printf is outside the for. 0 less than 10. Entry. So z is equal, z का value 0, plus y का वैल्यू 3, but y plus plus is a post increment. Remember, you have to do y is equal y plus 1 next. So z का वैल्यू 3 होगा, z will become 3 and y का वैल्यू immediately increments. इसके बाद फटाफट इसके बाद चलते हैं. Everyone, the next time z less than x, that is 3 less than 10, सही तो है, but z is equal to 3 plus y is a 4, but next time you need to increment y is equal to y plus 1. Remember, don't forget that, because a post increment. And 3 plus 4 is a 7. Now 7 less than 10, and z is equal to 7 plus y plus plus y is a 5 now, but don't forget y should be incremented next, है ना? So 7 plus 5 is a 12, and this time 12 less than 10 is a false, and first time which comes out and you print a z is 12 exactly. Output is 12. Great. Keep going. So you can easily understand the programs if you do execution one by one, iteration by iteration. Don't try to understand once loop once not happens, guys. You have to check iteration by iteration exactly. Okay, I hope you will understand. Right? So I will make you practice these loops later on. Now we'll go to storage classes. Okay, next loop we will make you practice in practice session. Remember that. And we'll go to the break and continue. Yeah, break and continue. We'll go to the break first. Okay, break, not break fast. Fine. What is a break? If you execute the break, it directly sends the control to the outside the inner loop. If you are dealing with many loops, the nearest loop that you are talking about, this loop, it is going to terminate the current loop. Means it is going the next statement outside the current loop. It transfers the control to the next statement after this loop, after the current loop, after the present loop. Everyone, the present loop where the break exists. Now लाइन बाय लाइन एग्जीक्यूट करना पड़ेगा आपको. स्टार्ट कर लेते. आर यू रेडी टू स्टार्ट? ऐसे देख के किसी को समझ नहीं आता लूप्स, इसलिए लूप में कुछ दिमाग खराब होता. क्यों? दिमाग को घुमाना पड़ेगा बार बार. चलो जल्दी. नाउ x का वैल्यू 10, y का वैल्यू 20, z का वैल्यू तो पता नहीं अभी. नाउ इसके बाद z इज 0. यस, अब पता चला. 0 लेस देन y इज 20. We enter and is that z is equal to x. z is क्या है? z क्या है? 0. x क्या है? 10. फेल हो गया मतलब else execute होगा, तुरंत out. else will execute. इसके अंदर ब्रेक है and it will terminate the loop. It will come out. It prints nothing. Output is nothing. First loop itself you are out. Everybody, that is the power of the break. Break is going to terminate the entire loop. Everybody, that is the break. Clear? Come on. कहीं नहीं जाना. Continue. Storage classes आने वाला है अभी. We are going for continue, guys. Now continue. What do you mean by continue? It will skip remaining statements in the same loop. Remaining statements of the present loop and control transfers directly to next iteration. So how is that transfers? Here like this. Everybody, it's going to skip all. These are going to be skipped. डायरेक्टली कंट्रोल ट्रांसफर टू द जेड प्लस प्लस। ओके चलते, समझ में आया? ब्रेक मतलब सीधा बाहर, कंटिन्यू मतलब सीधा अपडेशन का पोजीशन है ना वो लास्ट वाले, वहां पर कंट्रोल ट्रांसफर कर देगा। ओके, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग? मीनिंग इज लेटर, पहले समझ लो, राइट? सो नाउ y is a 10 and z we don't know and count is 0 initially and z is equal 0, right? We started executing and z less than 5, that is 0 less than 10, yes, and 0 mod 2, that is 0 mod 2 is 0 only, right? There is no remainder for 0, then it will continue, it will increment z. That now count equal count plus z not happens because this is even. For every even we will continue, only add odd we are going to do the sum. That is the meaning, guys. Let's look at, right? Continue executes. So we'll go to the next iteration. Z plus plus 0 become 1, 0 become 1 and 1 less than 10. Now 1 mod 2 is 1, not a 0. This time the count increments. Count is equal to 0 plus z. Z is a 1. So count will be updated. Now similarly, if you understand this, in the exam, don't go to every loop. What do you do? Okay, you understood. Every odd number we are doing the count. Is that clear? So we can keep doing that. Okay, next count will become, z will become 2. Then 2 less than 10, nothing happens. Then 2 become 3. And at 3 less than 10, count is going to add again. Count previous value is 1, now it is going to be 3. Everybody? Now what happens if you do that? When I is 1, I is 3, so not I, z. When z is 1, when z is 3, z is 5 and 7, 9. The count is going to be adding 1, then plus 3, plus previous value 5, plus 7, plus 9. What is the answer? Everybody? Because count is going to preserve the previous sum. First 1 will be added to 0. Then 3 plus 1, 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. And 9 plus 7. 16 plus 9, 25. Everybody? When 25, but is it true? Somebody doing 25, is it correct? Is it correct? But you are doing some mistake. Right? Always remember, z is it crossing y? What is that? What you are printing? Are you printing z or count? Right? Always observe. I used to do the mistake. If this is z, still I am doing count only, guys. Okay, we might do mistake. Actually, you are not doing the mistake. We might do mistake. And when here z is there, what is the answer, guys? Z has to be 10. Z has to be 10. When 10 less than 10, condition fails. Right? So always observe what are you printing. Are you printing count? Then right. You are right, 25. And if you are printing z, it is 10. 25 is alright. Come on, 25 is alright. Okay. I was thinking, I could have given that is z, but I have given count. Anyhow, it is output is 25. But if I print the z, be careful. Okay. I hope you will understand break and continue. Yeah. So carefully look at which value you are printing. Okay. Now let's move on to storage classes, guys. Please don't go away because we are going to practice a lot of things here, and we are going to start the new batch, which is Evolve for Computer Science and Engineering. This is a Hindi batch, and people are demanding, sir, Hindi, English, we need separate. So as usual, and on this platform, we are not separating two, but on Unacademy, Hindi and English batches are separated completely. It's your choice which one you want to join, and this tentatively going to start from Jan 25th. So you can enroll and you can take the subscription using my referral code DEVALIVE or DEVA10. It's your choice which code you want to use, and ready for GATE 2022 or 2023, and you can begin your preparation from this month onwards. Okay. Yes, we need to observe the questions carefully. Yes, great. चलो थोड़ा रिलैक्स 2 मिनट. So 2 मिनट में क्या कर सकते हैं हम, 2 मिनट में क्या कर सकते हैं हम, अब बताओ 2 मिनट में क्या कर सकते हैं गाइस. एंड थोड़ा हिंट गाइस, इफ यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग, यू नो सी प्रोग्रामिंग का फंडा क्या है बेसिकली, वेयर सी प्रोग्रामिंग विल हेल्प यू one thing, it will help you to increase your patience. And those people who understand C programming, that means you have very good patience. Good patience means you know how to make yourself go calm and slowly and understand everything clearly. The patience is very, very important, very, very important in C programming. That is the first thing. Second, observation. पेशेंस तो है बट ऑब्जर्वेशन नहीं है तो क्या फायदा है. एंड ऑब्जर्वेशन, केयरफुली यू विल ऑब्जर्व एवरी वेरिएबल, बिकॉज इन प्रोग्राम्स many variables, many confusions. Instead of looking at x, if you looked at y, x less than z is given, you have taken x greater than z. While doing it, you did the wrong thing. And x is equal to y is there, and you are doing x is equal to y. Both are different, right? So condition, I can write anything, and that's how the people confuses lot. So observation is very, very important. Everybody, है ना? Whenever you deal with C programming, don't be hurry. Those people who are not good in programming, you don't have much experience, don't be hurry. Go slowly. Everything will be all right. क्लियर. दोस्त पीपल है ना, बोल रहे हैं सर ये कैसे लिया, आंसर तो आपके सामने है ना. 10 मिनट के बाद समझ में आया, आप 1 मिनट में भी समझ सकते, राइट. बट आपका दिमाग काम नहीं चल रहा था. एवरीबडी, यू नो दैट आफ्टर अंडरस्टैंडिंग लुक्स लाइक यार ये मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा क्या, है ना. होता है ना, नहीं होता. दैट्स व्हाट हैपेंस फॉर द बिगिनर्स गाइस. And that can be done in 1 minute, that can be done in 10 minutes, that can be done even after 1 year. तो आप ट्राई करो तो ये 1 मिनट 2 मिनट में हो जाएगा जो होने वाला. एवरीबडी, बट जो 1 मिनट में होने वाला आप 1 घंटा कर रहे हैं तो मतलब ये एनालिसिस स्किल्स बहुत बेकार है गाइस, याद रख लेना. बट यहाँ पर बेकार है, बट कुछ चीज़ में सही है. यस, एंड आई वॉन्ट टू टेल वन थिंग, द पेशेंस एंड ऑब्जर्वेशन इज वेरी, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Clear? चलो let's move to the storage classes. Yeah, and if anybody joined late, please like this session guys. Okay, storage classes. अब start कर लेते. storage classes क्या है? When you are talking about storage classes, you need to understand what is the purpose of this storage class. And you know there are 4 types of storage class. What are they? Auto, register, static, extern. But this can be given for variables and functions. Both can use storage classes guys. But in C language mainly we use for variables, but other languages functions also use storage classes. Like static and extern, these two are very important. Even today the modern C also uses both static and extern for the functions. In C the variables we have 4 types, like auto, register and static, extern, 4. But in C, in standard C, only extern, all the functions by default extern. So those people who don't know, the functions also by default they act as external. Everyone, storage classes you can apply for variables as well as functions. So what do they talk about guys? If anybody do not know about the storage class, what do they talk about? One thing is scope, other storage, the place of memory, and what is initial value. Everyone, is this variable local or global? Depends on your position. Among them, definitely static is so important. Auto and static both are very important for exam point of view. Even interviews also they ask lot. And here you should know first the scope. What do you mean by scope, guys? Let me talk about scope. What do you mean by scope? Scope basically talk about the accessing. How long you can access that variable. Scope will talk about visibility. Like the scopes are many types, guys. A block scope means is that variable visible only in this block? This is called as a block. The open and closed brackets represent a block. This block may belongs to if, may belongs to a for loop, may belongs to switch, may belongs to your own block. Are you clear? It may be function block. Blocks also many, further many, guys. It can be any statement like, if, for, so many such things. And also function also will have a block. That's we can call it as a separately a function scope. The function also a very special block, right? And another one, a program scope. Program, whole program. That's basically these two represent a local and this represent a global. Everybody? Yes. No. Nishu, it's not life of variable. Remember that. It's not life of variable. The life of variable is different. That is also a different terminology. Life will be another terminology. Life and scope are different terminology. Everybody? Even though it is not visible, the life might exist like a static variables. So most of the people, they misunderstand scope and life. Scope is to understand, can I access now? Can I access now? Sometimes even though exist, it is not possible to access. We will see slowly. Everybody, life, let me talk about life. Now life. What is the life of a variable? Life is going to talk about how long the memory exists in the system. Is it till the block ends? Like till we talk about, till block ends. When the block ends, it's going to be deleted. Is that exist till function ends? Or till program ends? There's a program termination. How long that is available? It all depends on your choices, guys. How long we can use, no. How long that exists in the memory. And exist in the memory and use both are different. Memory existence is different. Memory access is different. Remember that? Memory access is scope and existence is life. Sometimes memory might exist, it is not possible to access. But it is true, if memory not exist, you can't access. If memory not exist, you can't access. Even though sometimes memory exists, you cannot access. So what is the difference? We will look with an example. Everybody clear? Both are different. Right? Yes, life versus scope. Both are different. And sometimes, you do not aware of that. Basically, if you want to understand, auto and static are the best examples to understand these two. But I will help you after explaining, right? Right now we don't know. Let's start. Auto and register. These two are automatic variables. Because they created and destroyed based on the block. And auto, basically, before talking about this, also, how many memory regions are there in main memory? Most of you may not aware of that. Let me complete quickly. memory regions. How many are there? How many are there, guys? This is your RAM. Assume it is occupied for somebody else, and this is occupied for somebody else. This is for the execution of C program. At runtime, remember, at runtime. And okay, let me talk about, this is stack region, means you can create 100 stacks also there. This is heap region, I can create thousands of heap allocations there. And this is code, your actual code, and this is a data region. So code region. So total 4 regions, guys. Clear? Heap, stack, code and data. All these 4 regions are there in the main memory, and at runtime these 4 regions are going to be used. And actual code is there in the code region, and remaining regions are going to help you to understand the environment. Yes. And now when you are dealing with variables like auto variables, auto int x, then where is that created? Inside the stack region. And when you are writing static int x, where is that? It is going to be in the data y. Let's write y, and that is in the data region. Everyone. And heap region is different purpose. You need some functions to create the memory in the heap region. That's not easy now. Everybody? Clear? And register, when we use it, it's a system choice. Either this can be in register, one of the register like R, let's say 10. This might be your Z. It's a CPU register. If not, Z can be in the main memory, that is here Z, and it can be in main memory, it can be in register. It depends on availability of the registers. Okay. Yes. Yeah, data regions initialized, uninitialized, don't worry right now. That's not much important, initialized, uninitialized. Okay. Come on. Just data region को रख सकते ना. Is data region for the static as well as global variables. Now अब चलते, बहुत लोग को समझ नहीं आता variables are 2 types. ये अब तक start ही नहीं हुआ guys. One is a local, other is a global. Local variables are those variables which are created within the block, which are declared within the block, defined within block. You can say declared within the block. And global variable are basically declared outside the functions. Outside functions, because in C language, the functions within the function, outside the function. Outside functions. You can say declared within a function, because blocks are there within function only. Everybody? So first understand, when it comes to the local, auto variables and register variables and static variables can act as local. Global, the static and external only can act as. Static and external variables only can act as global. That means here static can be used locally or globally. It is your choice. So here you need to know what do you mean by local and global. And static can be local or global, but auto registers must be local. Remember that. They should be local. It's impossible to create globally. Right? Yes, great. Come on guys. है ना, कितना पढ़ रहे हैं हम. देखो वेरिएबल्स क्या होता. Variables represent memory. Is a name given to the memory location. But memory को दिया तो memory कहाँ है? ये मेन मेमोरी के अंदर है, रजिस्टर के अंदर है, क्यों दोनों मेमोरी है, both are memories, right? To understand the variables we have some storage class where we require to create, that means every time you write int x, it's not just x guys, it is a memory we are going to create somewhere. And how many of you know that when you write int x, where will be created? Without understanding storage classes, it would be difficult to explain where is the memory. Are you clear? पहले theory को समझना पड़ेगा आपको at any cost. Tell me now, auto, where is the storage? On the stack region, inside the stack region. Extern and static both are in data segment. Everybody, and register, either CPU register or main memory, that is a stack. If the registers are not free, CPU registers are not free, it can create a stack. It can create this memory on stack. It can allocate. And auto, look at that, auto and registers by default garbage. Everyone, and they both are within the block, within the function. And they terminate and they destroyed, they deleted end of the block. When the block terminates, then the auto variables, registered variables automatically deleted from the system. So from the system, remember that, not just from the program, from the system. So they are not going to be visible at any cost. They will be deleted and nobody can see them. So to understand them, you need an example. I'm going to talk about that slowly. Just wait for a few seconds. And extern and static both by default 0. And what is the difference between static? Static is within the block as well as within same program. You can't see between the programs within the same file. But extern, between the two programs also you can share the variables with the help of extern. And both memories will be deleted lifetime. Both are same. They will be deleted by the end of the program only. Everyone, visibility is different, but life is same for both extern and static. Okay, to understand them, we need examples. Are you ready? Let's start. Example. Now look at, focus on one by one. So I need to create the memory on stack, by default garbage. So here when I say int I, assume this is there in the within the main function. Within the main function this code is there. And I by default, what do you have? Garbage. And within the block, here within the function happened, int I within the function, there is another auto variable. This is also auto variable, automatic variable. And you have not written any auto, still it is auto int only. So that is by default, the local variable is auto. By default, if you don't use any keyword, all local variables by default auto. Clear? And now what happens? Look at, first I is 0. Fine. You enter, entry happening guys. Now x is a 10. And you will print 10. So first output 10. Next, x is equal to x plus 1. 10 become 11. But look at that. It's going out. It's going like this. That means x is automatically deleted. Now this x does not exist. Now the memory destroyed, memory vanished because you are crossing the block. You are going outside the block guys. You are going outside the block. Now you are going to the I++. Now x is not visible. X is not there in the memory. X is not visible because x is deleted. You are outside the scope. This is going out of scope. Only x is deleted. I is still there because I is for the main. Within the main, right? Yeah. I++. Now 0 become 1. And then 1 less than 5. True. Then again it is entry. Now again x is created. Now 10. Again 10 prints. Now again increments. Now when you are going out of scope, again deleted automatically. Then I increments, then what's happening? What's happening? Again 10 prints, again deletes, then I become 3. So how long it is going to print 10? Then at 3 also it prints one more time. So at I is equal 0 to I is equal 4, that is 5 times it prints. And when I become 5, when I become 5, the 5 less than 5 will fail, will come out. At that time, the 10 printed 5 times. Everyone? Yes. 10 printed 5 times. What happened here? That means auto variables are created, destroyed automatically. That is the meaning of auto. Auto variables, automatic variables created and destroyed automatically. But how? Created when entry of the block where the variable is declared, and destroyed when block terminates, when you are going out of the block, when block ends. Clear this point? Yes, every time loop runs 10 prints. Everyone, so you need to focus on this brackets. This brackets, the variable is declared here like int a, then here a will be created, a will be allotted, and here a will be destroyed. Means a is not visible outside, a lifetime is over. Nobody can access a out of this block because it is not visible, it's not exist. At this point of time, a not exist. If you are looking here, a not exist. Your lifetime is over. Lifetime ends. Okay, now we move to another one, register. And register, basically what is the purpose? Register and auto both are same, no difference. If you look at initially garbage, within the block, end of the block, lifetime, all are same. But why do you use register? In old compilers, you need to inform the compiler that I am using this variable hundreds of times. The advantage of using these variables today, there is no advantage because compilers are doing optimization. And advantage is if any memory you are accessing frequently, regularly, if any memory accessed frequently, then keep in registers rather than in main memory. We can keep that variable, we can keep that in register rather than memory, so that access time is, you can save, you can, right, you can decrease this, you can increase the speed of system. We can keep that, not speed of the system, it is access time only. We can keep that in register rather than RAM, because RAM, you know that access time for the RAM is more than access time of register. Yes. Everyone? ये दीपांकर pointers are tomorrow not today. ये कहाँ से आता है यार? टॉपिक पता नहीं क्या? लेट ज्वाइन किया क्या? कुछ भी पूछोगे? Yes. Now you can execute this program very quickly if you keep I in register. This might execute very quickly because of, instead of accessing the RAM, you are accessing register, so calculations can be done very quickly. Yes or no? This might execute quickly because of access of registers, because of memory, because of registers. We don't know exactly whether system allots or not, but it is request to the system, that's all. Now I is might be one of the register. You initially garbage, when you assign 0, it will be 0. And now what happens? What happens now? But if you write any variable inside, it works exactly what we have done, guys. If you have done anything like register int j, exactly works like a previous auto variable. It created when you enter and deleted automatically when you terminate. So that is only one advantage, but other than that, your output is very clear, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yes, registers may or may not be allocated, we don't worry. Everyone, it just requests to the system. Yeah. And also remember, this kind of variables, note, they do not have addresses. And compiler will not allow you to access the address. Compiler will not allow you to write anytime address of I in your code. Why guys? Because registers, they don't have addresses, only names we have. You don't know, is it register or memory? Then the compiler initially it will give you an error if you are going to use ampersand for them. Yes, everybody, output is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, but all the behavior is exactly like auto variable. Keep going guys. It is not much important for us, but we will move to. And remember, auto register, no difference. Auto register, both variables are automatic variables. Everyone, 99% both are same. Both are automatic variables only. Only the memory might be different. The memory place is different. The memory place, that's all. That is also may differ. Yeah. Exactly. They are in CPU. Good point. You know all of them, right? Great. Fine. Let's move to the static, which is one of the important concept for the gate and most of the competitive exams too. And now we have to start theory first. Not the program guys, theory first. Static data segment. What is the data segment? I will help you. Initial value 0 and scope within the block only or within the program only. Within the program, if you declare within the program. And but lifetime, it's not the end of the block. Lifetime, look at now, changing. Scope within the block, but lifetime end of the program. Look at that, both are different. Both are different. Now for that, first, what is the data region? How many of you know about data region? What is the difference between data region and stack region? Data region, entire memory is a static allocation. It means before execution of the program, memory is allocated. Before execution of program, memory will be allocated, created. Nobody can delete, but anybody can update the data only, but not the memory size. Before execution of the program, memory will be created, and at the end of the program, memory will be deleted. At the end of or after program termination, at the end of program, memory will be destroyed. This is the behavior of the region. So it's a very special region, guys. Yes, Mukherjee. Yeah. Yes, for gate, register is compiler dependent. We don't know. Register is just a request to the compiler. Please allocate. I am using this variable many times, but compiler may give, may not give. That's a compiler choice. Today, register variable is useless because compiler doing optimization automatically. There is a code optimization in the compiler. It can optimize your code and it can allocate a register if it really required. Now, stack region depends on the scope, depends on program, depends on environment, depends on scope. This will be created and destroyed. We don't know exactly how the stack region until unless we run the code. We run the code. That is the reason we call runtime stack, something like that. Chakraborty, there is no static function in standard C. क्या बोलूं मैं? Variables को खत्म करो यार. डाउट सेशन में आ जाओ. आज डाउट सेशन है, सबको पता है ना. Everybody knows today is we have doubt session. Come on guys, today we have a doubt session. Yeah, I've shared the link in the beginning. I will share again at the end of the class. We have a doubt session. Come there. We will discuss each and every point that you need. Yeah. Let's start. Now data region. I'm going to create the data region X only. This will be created and initialized with 0 before execution of the program, guys. Program अब तो start ही नहीं हुआ, but फिर भी X created. अब start कर लो, guys. X created and this will be not exist at runtime. At the end of the program, I will share the time and link. Remember that. At the end of, not program, look at that. At the end of this session. Fine. Everybody, what happens now? There is one point. X is visible in this. X is visible in this scope only, but exist in memory throughout the program execution. Look at the lifetime and scope, both are different, guys. X is visible only in this for loop, but it is there all the time in the memory. Only those people who are executing in the loop, they can see that X. Everybody? So before executing the program, this environment is set up. How do you know that X is visible? Because there will be address is created and that address we are using here. Okay, start executing. Now, it's a local to the main. Don't worry. Initially 0. We are entering 0 less than 5. Yes. And 0 plus, that X is 0 plus plus. So we will print 0, but 0 become 1. Look at that, what happened. Because this X is it is stored in data region. It is stored, वो data region में store हुआ. तो ये 0 है ना, प्रिंट होगा और तुरंत अपडेट होगा क्यों x प्लस प्लस है ना. बट ये नहीं होगा. यू आर गोइंग आउट ऑफ द ब्लॉक एंड यू आर गोइंग टू द i प्लस प्लस. नाउ ऑल्सो x एग्जिस्ट इन द मेमोरी. डिलीट नहीं हुआ क्यों. दैट x कैन बी डिलीटेड ओनली व्हेन द प्रोग्राम टर्मिनेट्स. बट x is not visible. X is not visible now because you went outside the block. मुखर्जी, पहले इसको खत्म कर लेते यार. लोकल ही समझ नहीं आते इनको. ग्लोबल लोकल डिफरेंस चाहिए. पहले स्टोरेज क्लासेस खत्म कर लो. आज डाउट सेशन आपके लिए है ना. मैं डाउट सेशन को कैंसिल कर दूंगा. ऐसे डाउट्स पूछे. कम ऑन. पहले जो पढ़ा रहा हूं उसको खत्म करो, उसके बाद आ जाओ एक्चुअल पॉइंट में. पूरा खत्म होने के बाद आ जाओ. लोकल ही खत्म नहीं हुआ. चलो i प्लस प्लस 0 1 हुआ एंड 1 लेस देन 5. अब 0 नहीं होता, 1 प्रिंट होता. 1 प्लस प्लस 2 होता एंड i 2 बनाते एंड x का वैल्यू 2 प्रिंट होता. 2 तुरंत 3 होता एंड i का वैल्यू 3 होगा एंड 3 लेस देन 5 एंड व्हेन यू कम x इज अ 3 प्रिंट्स बट इमीडिएटली 4 एंड i का वैल्यू 4 less than 5 is the true. So x का value 4 plus plus means 4 only prints but तुरंत 5 increments. And I का value 5 and 5 less than 5 fails. You come out now. Now what is happening? Here the previous value of x is visible. Because memory exists. Previous value of x is retained. Because the memory for x is not deleted. Everybody? We can't access outside the block. Lojit, if anybody writes here printf x, compiler error, x समझ नहीं आता, x not visible, compiler error. ये है compiler error. क्यों? x तो loop के अंदर था. You are using outside the loop. क्या compiler को दिखता if it is inside the scope. Compiler will produce an error because compiler को पता है x नहीं दिख रहा है. x सिर्फ दिखेगा for loop के अंदर. Everybody? Yes. Clear? चलो guys, जल्दी ये समझना बहुत जरूरत है. मतलब बिफोर एग्जीक्यूटिंग द प्रोग्राम स्टैटिक वेरिएबल को समझना बहुत जरूरत है. यू हैव टू नोट one thing, those people who are executing the program, you are wrong. Before execution of the program, first you have to consider one thing. Do you have means do the program has do you have which variables? Static variables. First you have to check them. If you have the static variables, उसके बारे में सोचना पड़ेगा हमेशा. Yes, why we need to look at before execution of the program? Because they always exist throughout the program, but only visible where you declare. Visible only within block or within program, depends on where you declare, but exist throughout the program execution. Both are different. Scope is different. Scope and lifetime both are different. Clear? एक शब्द स्टार्ट ही नहीं हुआ ना, इनको एक्सटर्न चाहिए, मैं क्या करूं? चलो नेक्स्ट वेरिएबल. अब देखो, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज ग्लोबल बट स्टैटिक. ग्लोबल वेरिएबल बट स्टैटिक. And what is the use of this variable? It is visible only within this program. Visible only in this program. It is not visible in other programs. But if you don't write a static, definitely visible to other program. It is called as external by default. Everybody, सिर्फ इसी प्रोग्राम में y दिखना चाहिए तो static int y global में डाल दो. Now, this y visible to all functions of this program below whatever you have, and it is visible only in this program to all functions in this program which are there in below. Now, y is visible to main. If you have any other function, that is also visible to f and g, something like that. Now, I is auto. This is auto variable. Even you write auto int or int I, both are same. It's just same as auto int I. No need to write auto because by default auto int I. It means it is local variable but automatic. Automatic means once you terminate the main, it will be deleted. It depends on that main block because main के अंदर है ना वो. And now static, this is local variable but static. It is visible only in this block. Remember that. Not program. Remember that. It is visible only in this block because a block है ना भाई, program नहीं है. Program तो पूरा है. Only in this block. पूरा program को नहीं दिखता, सिर्फ इसी के अंदर दिखता. Everybody, देखो, how many local variables? 2. How many global variables? 1. How many static variables? 2. How many auto variables? 1. Everybody, but यहाँ पर external variable नहीं है, यहाँ पर register variable नहीं है. Yes, यहाँ पे एक समझना, ये static variable है ना, you can delete first because that is there always. यहाँ पर x always visible. And पूरा program है y always there. Everyone, you can delete before execution because that is not required every time. इसलिए मैं हमेशा क्यों करता हूं, ये डिलीट करके मैं बताता हूं x पता है यहाँ पर. Everybody, कि बार बार उसको एग्जीक्यूट करोगे ना, 0 करते रहोगे, गलत होगा. Program will be wrong if you are executing that code. This declarations only for compiler. ये डिक्लेरेशंस नहीं होता एट रन टाइम. ये सारे डिक्लेरेशन डिलीट होता बट उसका मैपिंग होता. ये इसको पता है आई मतलब लोकल है. मेन को ऑलरेडी एक लॉजिक पता है. क्या लॉजिक पता है? इसको पता है मुझे आई मालूम है. ये फॉर लूप को पता है मुझे एक्स मालूम है. और पूरा प्रोग्राम के लिए वाई तो ऑलरेडी है. एवरीबडी, दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंस बिफोर एग्जीक्यूशन गाइस. एक्चुअली कोई भी वेरिएबल नहीं है यहाँ पर डिक्लेरेशन. डिक्लेरेशंस ओनली फॉर द कंपाइलर, नॉट while executing. Before executing, compiler shares entire information to the system. I have these variables in this memory, you allocate. Loader comes into picture and it will allocate. Loader comes into picture, it will allocate. Everybody clear? ये बात होता guys. आप तो जो लिख रहा है ना उसको समझना इतना डिफिकल्ट होता. चलो स्टार्ट कर लेते. ये तो नहीं होता फिर भी रख लेना. चलो स्टार्ट कर लेते एग्जीक्यूशन. नाउ I'm deleting everything. I am deleting, let me guys duplicate it. Where am I? Okay. Fine. Now how to execute? How to execute? So why you have in data region and X also in data region, but how do we know? This is for whole program, this is for only block. Matlab it's already linked somehow because they are addresses, right? You are dealing with address, right? And isko pata hai this is going to use this X only. Isko pata hai y, the pura program ko pata hai I am going to use this Y only. It's somehow linked. तो इसके बाद आप डिलीट कर सकते हैं इसको, ये जरूरत ही नहीं आपको. Now this is a picture. Initially by default both are 0. अब स्टार्ट करो. Now int I क्यों रख दो, क्यों बार बार क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा ना. So you are executing the program. Now this is the beginning of the program. Now I locally create होता. By default garbage. When you assign 0 it will be 0 and 0 less than 5 true है तो वी विल एंटर. देखो स्टैटिक नहीं दिखता मुझे, वो ऑलरेडी लिंक बन गया. तो x मतलब 0 है, y मतलब 0 है, तो फर्स्ट आउटपुट कम्स आउट, आउटपुट 0 0. देन व्हेन वी आर गोइंग टू दी y प्लस प्लस, अब क्या होता, x नॉट विजिबल बट x इज देयर इन द मेमोरी. ऐसा नो. एंड why it is visible? Because of it is a global variable. x तो लोकल था. अगर कोई यहाँ x प्लस प्लस लिखा ना, एरर, डायरेक्टली कंपाइलर एरर गाइस. देखो वहां जाके x प्लस प्लस लिखे देखो, x नहीं दिखता कंपाइलर, क्यों, x अंदर था. एवरीबॉडी कम ऑन कम ऑन कम ऑन जल्दी. y प्लस प्लस 0 को 1 बना लो. सॉरी डायरेक्टली वो नहीं है, मैं भी गलत करता हूँ कभी कभी. ये पहले i प्लस प्लस करता तो i को 1 बनाता, उसके बाद y प्लस प्लस 0 को 1 बनाता, देन कंडीशन चेक, देन 1 लेस देन 5 ट्रू. तो आगे जाएंगे, x का वैल्यू 0 है, y का वैल्यू 1 है. x हमेशा 0 रहेगा क्यों, x इंक्रीमेंट कभी नहीं हो रहा है. यस 0 प्लस 1 1, आउटपुट इज नेक्स्ट आउटपुट इज 1 एंड y प्लस i प्लस प्लस 2 एंड y प्लस प्लस that is 2 and now 2 less than 5, yes, the next time 0 2, that sum is 2 and then 2 become 3 for I and for y also 2 become 3 and 3 less than 5. Now x is 0, y is 3, so 0 plus 3 is 3 and I become 4 and y also become 4 and 4 less than 5 true, so 0 4 means 4 and now I plus plus that is a 5 and y plus plus is a 5 and now 5 less than 5 is a false, so then come out. Now output is 0 to 4. Everyone देखो कितना समझना पड़ता स्टैटिक वेरिएबल को. जब स्टैटिक वेरिएबल आता जल्दी कभी मत करना, क्यों, वो दिखता हमेशा, सॉरी वो मेमोरी में हमेशा एग्जिस्ट होता. दिखता व्हेन यू एंट्री एंड व्हेन यू एग्जिट वो नहीं दिखता. विजिबिलिटी डिपेंड्स ऑन visibility. Static variables visibility is very dangerous. Static variables can be local or global. Local or global. If it is local, visible only in that block, within the block. Global variable visible only within that program to all functions which are there below. Yes, now we will move to external. अब पूछो डाउट, कुछ डाउट आया तो एक्सटर्न कुछ अलग है. Extern is also created on data segment initially 0 and more than one program can see the same variable and same lifetime like a static variable. Lifetime is same as static variable, but scope is different. Now look at what is the difference between a global variables when you are writing int x and static int y. पहले इसको समझ लेते static int y and एक लिख लेते यहाँ पर ash include p2.c and मान लेने ये प्रोग्राम. अब चलते ये डिफरेंस क्या होता. come on quick, and if you joined late guys please like the session. ये प्रोग्राम का नाम ये नया है p1.c. अब देखते या चलो लाइक्स चाहिए गाइस, बहुत कम लाइक्स है, मैं एक्सपेक्ट किया था 200. नाउ बोथ आर ग्लोबल, ये भी ग्लोबल है, बोथ आर क्रिएटेड ऑन डेटा रीजन, बोथ डेटा रीजन के अंदर ही क्रिएट होगा, बट इसमें दो अलग अलग होता गाइस. एक्स इज विजिबल टू ऑल प्रोग्राम्स, वो P2 के लिए भी दिखता हो, बट दे नीड सम वे टू एक्सेस. वाई ओनली विजिबल टू P1, ओनली विजिबल टू P1.c. ये तो ऑल प्रोग्राम मतलब P1.c हो सकता, P2.c हो सकता. क्यों ऐश इंक्लूड बोल दिया ना, P2.c. Now P2.c can see that X also, and this is global by default. This is called as external. We don't need to use the keyword. And global, this is the static because you have used the keyword. Yes, we will start a new batch, Divyanshu, but wait for the announcement. Both static and global variables, data region, where in the RAM main memory. In the main memory, there are 4 regions: data, stack, code, and heap. Both external and static variables are stored in the same region, but the address is handled different way. X address is given to all the programs, Y address only given to P1.c. है ना? Come on, everything variable means address only, right? Variable means address only, right? Instead of using the address, you use the name, but system uses the addresses. चलो, अब डिफरेंस समझ में आया. दोनों तो ग्लोबल वेरिएबल था, बट जो स्टैटिक वेरिएबल ओनली विजिबल टू दिस प्रोग्राम, एंड जो एक्सटर्नल वेरिएबल बाय डिफॉल्ट x is external. X is called as external by default, and y is static. Both are global here, remember that. Now let's look at an example to understand. Now look at guys, extern int x, ये तो declaration है, but x is not defined, means memory is not created for x. Why? Because this is how C compiler understands. स्टैटिक एंड तो डिक्लेरेशन डेफिनेशन दोनों था, बट हियर एक्स का मेमोरी नहीं था. ये क्या करने वाला है, एक्स देखने वाला है ऊपर नीचे और दूसरे प्रोग्राम में देखने वाला है, बट एक्स इज नॉट देयर इन एनी फाइल. देन द लिंकर विल जनरेट एरर. Who will generate? Compiler doesn't know about it. Linker will understand this. Linker will generate an error in case if it is not exist. Ab everybody, so definitely before runtime you will get a compilation error, but that error will be generated by linker. Now इसको हैंडल करने के लिए आपका छोटा प्रोग्राम गाइस देख लो, एक बार देखो. दो वे, आई कैन राइट मेनी वेज. फर्स्ट प्रोग्राम int x void main printf, of course by default 0, right? So I want to assign something, it's okay. Pratik, it's not runtime error yaar, kya bole. Okay, now there is no problem at all, because within the same program, right, you can look at, no need to write extern, no need to write extern. So here it is optional. You can also write extern int x, but no need to write because it is the same program now. Compiler can look at, because compiler scans from here, it goes here. So it knows that x is there above. But now this is optional, right? This is optional. Now look at this time. This time it's not optional. यहाँ printf है. अब कितने लोग को पता global variables can be created even after main function also. This is a global variable, but x is not visible to the printf. तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? ऐसा नो गाइस, कंपाइलर यहाँ से स्टार्ट करेगा, यहाँ से जाएगा ना, तो x ऊपर यूज कर रहा है, वो तो डिक्लेरेशन नीचे है. तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? आपको लिखना पड़ेगा extern int x. ये कंपलसरी. दिस इज जस्ट डिक्लेरेशन टू द कंपाइलर. यहां पर मेमोरी क्रिएट नहीं होता, ऑलरेडी क्रिएटेड है बिफोर द एग्जीक्यूशन. कम ऑन वीडियो को रिपीट करो जिसको अगेन चाहिए. चलो जल्दी एवरीवन. दिस इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड हियर because x is visible, this is visible. But here, if we don't write extern, if we don't declare above this printf, anywhere you can declare, not a problem. If we don't declare x, then x is not visible. Then it will give you compilation or linker error, you can say that. Everyone? Yeah, when you write extern, then compiler ignore. When you don't write extern, compiler can catch it. हो जाएगा 5 मिनट में, हो जाएगा क्लास. ब्रेक नेक्स्ट क्लास के लिए मिल जाएगा आपको. ठीक है एवरीवन. नाउ हियर आउटपुट इज 10. Here also output is 10. But when will be an error? If we don't have directly you are writing printf %d comma x and यहाँ पर int x is equal 10. Now compiler error सीधा. Now compiler error because here not defined. You can say x is not defined. उसका visibility नहीं है बिल्कुल, memory भी नहीं है ना. तो this is the compiler error. If you want to avoid that, you can handle many ways. Even I can write extern int x above and I can write directly now. I can do that. Even below not required. The declaration can be anywhere. ये बहुत कम लोग को समझ में आता क्योंकि extern कोई नहीं लिखता. बहुत कम लोग लिखता दुनिया में. अब देखो तो when compiler scans here, okay, when it looks at, okay, x might be there in this program or other program, okay, then x, we know it is not declared, but it assumes, compiler assumes, okay, x is there in some file. Compiler assumes, it doesn't know it is just below, assumes x might be there, x might be there in some file, either in this or in other file, doesn't matter. Everyone, because of you already told to the compiler, okay, I am going to use x either maybe in this file or in other file. If you are dealing with one file, then x will be linked with this x somehow by the linker. Okay, now you can look at the two programs. Now look at the two programs, p1.c, p2.c. p2.c, just I have int x is equal 10. Maybe I have other function, don't worry about it. They are by default external, I said, na? That's why before void we don't say static, extern. By default they are external. Now p1.c, we have to do something. ये अब आके दीपांकर, what is a static and extern? यार इन क्या समझ में आता? include या क्या बोल रहा था? Difference ही नहीं बोला, difference बोला था ना already. सो रहा था क्या उस टाइम में? बताओ. What are you doing when I was explaining? I will explain again. But ready हो जाओ उसके लिए. जो आप पढ़ा रहा हूँ उसको सोचो ना. डाउट को लिखो, डाउट क्लास में आओ. राइट. चलो आगे. नाउ देखो, ये एक्स तो इसमें नहीं है. मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? मैं एक्स को कंपाइलर को बोल देता हूँ सीधा. कैसे बोलूँ? कंपाइलर को बोल रहा हूँ बस. मेरा पास तो एक्स नहीं है, किसी प्रोग्राम में तो है, तो बोल दिया कंपाइलर को. अब मैं प्रिंट एफ कर रहा हूँ एक्स. एफ तो इसमें नहीं है, बट लेकिन आई कैन यूज दैट एफ. क्यों? एफ बाय डिफॉल्ट एक्सटर्नल. लाइक प्रिंट एफ तो समझ में लिया ना. stdio.h में है, एफ किस में है? p2 डॉट्स में है. ऐसा नो लिंकर आके इसको मैप करता, ऐसे एक्स आके इसको मैप करता. गाइस एवरीबॉडी, कंपाइलर को समझने आता है एक्स है नहीं, प्रिंट एफ है नहीं, एफ है नहीं, बट लिंकर को समझ में आएगा ये कहां पर है. एवरीबॉडी यस. अब क्या होगा? दिस एक्स इज देयर इन अदर फाइल, so it can see the 10, so it's going to print the 10. And f, what it does while executing the code, what happens? environment. ऐसा होता है environment. इसका डेटा रीजन 10 है, ये डेटा रीजन है, इसका डेटा रीजन में कोई नहीं है. P2 का डेटा रीजन P1 को दिखता. क्यों? ये आप एक्सटर्न बोल दिया ना, लिंक कर दिया. अब एक्स है ना, ये प्रिंट होगा 10, क्यों? उसका एक्स है ना. एंड एफ तो यहां जाके फिर पूरा एग्जीक्यूट करके फिर वापस आएगा, तो गेट प्रिंट होगा. सो आउटपुट क्या होगा? सॉरी गाइस, दैट वाज प्रॉब्लम. And that program is also, I lost that program. So everybody understood how to deal that P1 P2. Everybody, P1.c and P2.c. Everyone. So when I declare extern int x, then linker comes and it will link other program variable which is must be there in the global. अगर static है नहीं ये दिखता. X is not visible to the P1. यही तो डिफरेंस है. यहाँ स्टैटिक नहीं लिखना. सो बाय डिफॉल्ट ए एक्सटर्नल होता, इसलिए अदर प्रोग्राम्स कैन यूज एक्सटर्नल कीवर्ड टू एक्सेस. एवरीबॉडी, अगर X स्टैटिक है, इफ X इज द स्टैटिक इन P2 डॉट सी, देन X is not visible to P1, then compiler will linker will generate an error. A linker is also another program like a compiler. Parle yaar, compiler. Everybody? Yeah, all right. If you are worried about, come to the doubt session. I'll be helping you. Don't worry about this. The output of the previous program is 10 and followed by gate. Yes. चलो अब चलते, दूसरा क्लास भी है, आपको पता है. I can't take more time because already programming in 2 hours is too exhausted. So let me tell you in this today's session we have understood most of the concepts like loops and storage classes, but we need practice that we will do once in a while, and this practice is also enough if you understood every point that I have discussed. And today we have 5 p.m. Discrete Mathematics Gate PYQ, anybody want to attend, and 7 p.m. you can come there to the Unacademy, and I'll share you that link, guys. I forgot to share that. Look at that. I have shared in the chat the link to the class. Everybody can see that? Yeah. Yesterday also I sent the PDF in Telegram channel. You can download, and in the night I have uploaded again because of there is a problem with file, and this file also I will upload again today. Everybody, I will send the PDF, no doubt. Yesterday also I have shared in the night. Please download it, and please like the session before leaving. And 8:30 p.m. if you are preparing for GATE 2021, how to perform the best in practice test. I'm going to help you how to actually attempt the test so that you can get good marks in your practice test. So that this will impact in actual exam, because in practice tests and mock tests you need to build the strategy. So that strategy I'm going to help you today at 8:30 p.m. after our doubt session. So I've shared our link in our chat. Yes, thank you so much. And at 11:30 please attend the class maths, and after that you have 2:30 computer organization, and every day we have 4 classes. And if you want to follow my classes that I told you, the doubt classes, visit this profile and you can go to the special classes. There you can see today already published. You can click on that. You can attend the class at 7 p.m. today. And this is our Telegram channel. If you're not yet subscribed, t.me/unacademicgatecs. You can type this URL in browser. You can directly join a Telegram. And we have so many free YouTube channels. Please share with your friends, and all are absolutely free, and top educators are teaching to us, and you can visit these YouTube channels, and if you find helpful you can share with your friends. And thank you so much guys. Thank you so much. Please like this session and also share if you are enjoying the sessions. And obviously when we are learning some few concepts in less time, you might get more doubts. That is the reason we are taking the doubt session separately. ये डाउट सेशन इसलिए जिसका डाउट आ रहा है उसको इग्नोर नहीं करना. सो डाउट सेशन में आ जाओ, वहाँ हम डिक्लेयर करेंगे. एवरीबॉडी, या लिंक तो ऑलरेडी पोस्ट है ना, कहाँ नहीं दिख रहा है लिंक? कमान 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 मनोज, लिंक इज शेयर्ड इन द चार्ट इटसेल्फ. चलो कितने बार शेयर करूं? टेलीग्राम लिंक, यही तो टेलीग्राम, t.me/unacademicgatecs. चलो यही तो है, उसको टाइप करूं क्या? चलो थैंक यू, टेक केयर, बाय बाय, सी यू गाइस. चलो बाय बाय.